Okay, we're live.
All
Cool.
right.
Ooh, so,
Suckers? Kidding. Of
oh
course.
god. Welcome back to Seven Deadly Sins. Oh god. Oh
I'm
no.
kidding.
So last time, you guys, managed to, make your way across a bridge guarded by mechanical two-headed birds. Spent the rest of the days climbing up the mountain trail towards the first city here in Acedia. And during that time, you guys spent various ways of passing the days, whether it be hunting, meditating, praying, etc., etc. But
Vacationing.
vacationing, relaxing, whatever the case may be. But it all kind of culminated to one night where you guys were camping, and Mercedes tried to be a good Samaritan and go around and offer a small blessing to those in her campsite. And didn't quite turn out the way she planned it, especially
Nope.
when she snuck up on Marlin in the middle of the night and reached out to touch him. Startled by what happened, Marlin jumped on her and tried to bite her neck. This led to an all-out battle with the party against Marlin trying to get him off, and then at the end it turned into Marlin and Cruel trying to fight off the rest of the party. And now we jump back into this session with Marlin very badly injured and Mercedes following shortly after him.
Just 1 point of order. There was no try. I straight up pinned her down and bit
You
her.
sure did.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice. No, she straight up pinned you down and bit your neck. It was
Yeah, the dice were a little
fun.
too in your favor, and then they weren't in your favor.
They're like the SVU theme song should have come on right then.
Dun,
Just saying.
So, since it's been 2 weeks and I cannot remember where we were at in the initiative order, if I could have everyone roll me another round of initiative so we could
I
see
believe it's
how this
in
will play
dice
out.
rolls. I
Yeah, I
think.
just don't know where we left off.
That's okay. I'm fine with this. All right. 9999.
9. Okay, nice. Good, got it.
19.
Also
Cool.
19.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, this might actually be good. Gideon got 18, and Onyx got a 10. That actually means that's actually better, because maybe we can stop this before he dies.
Okay. So, Centurion, we'll start out with you. You see Marlin and kind of Cruel tailing after them as they try to get away from the party. What do you do?
Is Mercy still running after her with, furious intent?
Murderous intent?
We-
Yes.
Yes.
So correct me if I'm wrong. We left off with like the mini showdown where neither of us can really back up because we've now entered in melee, so it's just a see who strikes first.
I think you actually got away, and you provoked an opportunity from her to run away.
No, if I remember correctly,
Or is that wrong?
he left, which I was a little confused at this, because he went to move and took, he went to take a move and leave, and that's when he got an opportunity to attack from Mercy that ended up, like, she smite on. And then I think he chose to stay in the space, I think is what happened.
He walked away.
Yeah, because that was
You
something
know,
I was
I
confused
tried
about, 'cause-
to, and that's when he got slashed in the back, so he like stopped and he just turned back around. So he never really
Well-
finished moving.
I think that's where we had left off.
Oh, and I have rage, so I'm no longer normal. I do look like a demon.
Are you
That's
reasonable
right.
or are you just gonna attack?
No, I'm just looking at her very intensely. I've not yet actually done anything aggressive after being, kicked or pried or however you got me.
I'm sorry. I'm just having a hard time seeing where everyone is. So give me a second.
Because I think Sidian's. Yeah. I think Sidian was like off in his like immovable the Lehman's tiny hut. It's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I think Centurion definitely doesn't want any more bloodshed, especially
Onyx
since
is
we're
closer.
still at base camp. Okay, and so he tries to run up to stop them from fighting. I'm just not sure how to go about that because I also don't want them to, start fighting with me either. Like, just want to end it. God damn it.
You gotta knock us all out, man. There's no other way. You gotta go full Ip Man.
No. What day are we, by the way? Yes. Because you said this was going to be over. No, but you said
For a second I thought you said 67.
Days. It was going to take us about 5 days, right? Okay. So we're barely at day 3 and we're killing each other. Fuck. Oh, day 7. Okay.
I mean, things are going pretty well if I remember correctly, and it's a very big
We
miscommunication.
separated into our little cliques. We're starting to get to know who we already knew.
So, are we waiting on something, or?
Centurion, I think.
Oh, I was still deciding the turn. Okay.
Give me 1 sec. I'm sorry. I'm just having a crisis myself.
Oh yeah, no, those are. You can do it. You can practice. Just go up there, hold out your hands, and just tell them to stop.
You're a Velociraptor. Yeah.
All right. Well, as he's running up, he's going to summon his astral arms, and he's going to try and get in between Mercy and Marlin. Ish. It might be Marlin. He's changed a lot. And he's with one of his physical hands, he's going to have his staff out, trying to kind of like block Mercy's next blow. And with the 3 astral hands, with the other astral hand and his other hand, he's trying to push back. What's his name? Sorry,
Onyx?
Marlin.
Marlin.
No,
Okay.
Marlin. And then he's just kind of eyeballing, what's his name? Onyx, like trying to keep an eye on him as well, but he only has so many arms.
If I remember.
Are you trying? Yeah.
Stiff arm.
Okay, because If I remember correctly, I think you still have that spell on me. So if I don't know if it's forced movement as well, but if something moves me, I take damage.
I think no, I think the reason why he didn't fully move out of the space, even after like taking the opportunity attack, is because he remembered that Booming Blade was on. And he decided not to move. Though I guess if he semi-moved, we didn't do the Booming Blade damage, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, no, because I remember that one is still like yet to be triggered until like I would move from one space to the next, and that's when I got.
I don't think. Let me double check, but I don't think forced movement activates it.
I mean,
if the target willingly moves 5 or more feet, so it's willing movement. Yeah. I don't know if that disperses it, or what would happen then, but I think. That was going to disappear on Onyx's turn, but I think we were still waiting for Onyx's next turn. And yeah. So is that still okay? Yeah, still active then. Okay.
And so and then he just tries to say enough. He screams out enough to both of them, and he explains, we are days away from reaching the city. Tensions are high. Mistakes were made. Right now.
You tried to kill her.
And he kind of just gives him this stare like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, wait, I couldn't hear that. What was that?
Oh, Onyx just saying he tried, that Marlon tried to kill Mercedes.
Yeah, and he looks at him and
hearing
says...
that, there's an uproarious laughter that is very, baritone deep.
Anyways, and he just tries to stop them both from fighting. He says, finally, this is what the Sims want. For us to fight each other, for us to get weakened by each other, so they can just take us out. And he kind of just braces. I would say right now I'm just going to hold patient defense, if you will. Use a key point. He's just kind of bracing himself. He's not really sure what's going to happen.
Awesome. Well, my rage is currently going. Let's just see how. Because here's the thing: that last comment from Onyx was not helping.
Yeah.
I had said, "Shut the hell up," but whatever.
Onyx is a simple being at the moment, and I think I, made the point last time, so no sense in trading ground.
He has so much to learn.
Oh yeah. Conflict resolution is on the top of that list at this point.
So this is how you taught him to negotiate. Just submit or die.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Roll the 14, that's good. He does look at Onyx, and this tone is a little bit different, so the laughter was just a creepy kind of. It didn't even sound like it was coming from him, just like almost like a microphone or like a spell that was projecting a voice. And then but he's still the normal voice you'd hear, just a little bit toned down. You still have much to learn. If I wanted her dead, I wouldn't have bitten her. I would have broken her. And I'm going to hold telekinetic shove for the next thing that attacks me to just. Now they're about to get invisibly Hadoukened.
Is that specifically an attack, out of curiosity? Like spell attack or melee attack?
It's a save, like I can choose
No, I'm like, what's activating it?
the next creature that attacks me.
Okay.
Nothing happens, turn wasted. That's, I believe, it for me.
All right. Well, Sidian just woke the hell up and is very I mean, to be fair, most people just woke up. He's just getting onto the scene. It's like, what the hell is going on here? I think that was on his previous turn. He's gonna look to Mercy, bleeding, I assume, and this kind of standoff happening between.
She has one wound.
everybody.
It's lightly on her neck, and it was literally 5 hit points. I don't know why people think I ripped open her throat.
No. I know, but he sees blood just in general, and everybody's staring down Marlin and him being bloody, and Onyx very much looking like he's about to disobey Centurion's orders and go in for another swipe. He's going to verbally just tell Onyx that I think this is actually the second time he told him to stand down, but this time it actually works a bit better. He's going to move a little bit closer. So Onyx kind of looks over to Sidian, and maybe like his expression doesn't change, but he might seem a little frustrated at that, I think, on the surface level. Excuse me. So Sidian is actually going to try and hopefully resolve this fairly quickly. I am going to at least temporarily resolve this. I am going to attempt to cast Polymorph on Marlin, turning him into a beetle.
Oh, awesome.
And then I'm going to try and pick him up.
What's the save?
It is, let me double check, I believe it's a wisdom save. I should have pulled this up, sorry. Let me double check that though. Yeah, wisdom save.
Okay. And thanks to my thingy, I get this. Okay, wisdom
Ooh.
save. Yeah, fun little thing I got. 15.
15, it is a 16 DC. All
I am
right.
now a bug.
That may save the life, yeah, okay.
Anything attacks me with more than 7 hit points, I'm dead.
Well, I mean, you go back to your, I mean, actually, no.
I am, and I'm also down to that.
6, then the 1.
Question though,
Beetle probably.
does that count as an attack on me? Because I don't.
That's why I was asking. It's not
'cause I
directly
think
an attack.
I specified like an actual attack. I don't think. Yeah, like an actual like physical one.
Okay.
So the spell thing wouldn't have triggered it.
So Sidian is going to kind of pick up this beetle and just kind of like, not like pinch it hard, but I'm gonna like just kind of like pinch it between the fingers so that like over the shell so that it's not like hurt, but he can't like fly away or bite me or anything.
Cool.
Firmly grasp.
I forgot something. Lionel's still there, and he just saw you do that.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. So anybody care to explain what's going on? Does anybody try and kill the beetle? I think Onyx at this point is still like ready, but is not gonna smack the beetle.
Well, since Centurion was the first one up, he does say that he woke up to your sister screaming. He saw that she was getting bitten too, And so then everyone acted or reacted, if you will. He looks at him. Thanks, by the way. And story. He tried to walk away. Your sister went into a blood rage, as did he. And here we are.
RC, is that what happened?
Mercedes will lower her sword a little and nod. The long and short of it, at least.
Onyx, I think at this point, pitches in. She made an attempt at her life, and we retaliated in kind. Alright, I get that. Why? Okay, so obviously we need to resolve some stuff with what happened there. What?
So as a turn
Is this
passed,
malicious? Sorry, what was that?
I'm just questioning how long until a turn is passed.
I assume we're at least temporarily out of combat.
No, Lion's still going to attack you.
That's
You
also
literally attacked.
Okay. I'm not going to take any battle actions, but I will walk over to the little beetle in Sidian's hand.
He's not gonna let her he'll let her glare at it, but he's not gonna let her grab it or anything, because that's not jump to execution.
I suppose going around was folly.
Going around? What do you mean?
I was just trying to go around and bless everyone.
Sidian's like, oh, and just says a little facepalm, not judgmental, but oh, that's what caused all this.
Apparently.
Maybe a little judgmental.
I should have known better than to go doing something like that in the middle of the night. But this, I still know that this, and she'll point to her neck and her stained veil. This is dangerous. Having someone who could turn on that so quickly, that is awfully dangerous.
Something that...
Okay. Perfect. What's he gonna do?
He's trying, and I don't know how this is going to work with a lion, but he is essentially running and trying to jump and bite the hand that holds the beetle.
Oh, crap.
Right.
Okay, I think it would help here. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm not holding him 10 feet in the air or anything. Yet.
Oh, question. The beetle would only have one hit point, right? It's a bug.
Lion might end up killing him before anybody else.
He's not biting the actual bug. He's biting your hand.
Yeah. Is he biting the arm to free it?
Yeah, no, he's biting you said you're holding between two fingers, right?
Yeah, between two fingers, so that he can't just.
So he's going for the hand, palm, wrist area.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
What was that?
Oh, natural 1.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got 1.
You tell me. Now, how bad is that critical miss? Do I accidentally bite myself and kill me?
I'm just assuming this is. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. There's an aggressive line getting back up. No longer its turn, but there's clear signs of aggression, and he was aiming for your hand.
Like pouncing into a snowbank. It's like, oh right, the
Yeah,
lion.
no. Yeah. How do you? He's a giant. He's a large creature. He's like a horse-sized lion.
Yeah, no, that is fair.
I think at this point he's moved between Lionel and the other two. Considering even though yes, Mercy did start this mess, he hasn't really helped the situation either. You said he has murderous intent, right?
He's currently aggressive, but only specifically towards Sid.
Would it be a grapple action if I tried to grapple him with the scythe and chain?
Yeah.
All right. Give me 1 second. So he is going. He's just asking what I needed to do here because he does extend the chain much further. He's going to attempt to try and grapple this tall beefcake. What was it? What was this first roll you wanted me to do? So that'd be a 21. Right. Well, let me see if it works, and then I'll describe it. You said strength?
Right.
So that's 19 plus 2. That's 21.
Oh. So like by 1 point. You got a natural 20 plus 3, so 23.
Mm.
Strength. It's his best.
Wait. Give me 1 second. I was looking at something. Give me 1 second. No, never mind. Go ahead. I will. Yeah.
He flexes, the constellations show up a bit, light shining brighter than before, and then he just
give me one. I'm sorry, it's because I was.
I guess. Am I grappling Marlin? Should we have made a grapple check?
I mean, I don't know. What are the stats of a beetle?
I'm sure
Oh,
they
so I
exist
was.
somewhere out there.
Do I have the ability to fly? Can I just?
Can I have made him a non-flying beetle? 'Cause that would be a lot harder to manage. I guess
What color was this beetle? Do you drop me in the snow and I disappear?
I'm gonna go with a blue, like a dark navy blue beetle. I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know a ton of
Um,
stuff about beetles.
I mean, how thick is this snow? If I fall, do I take like cold damage from hitting the
Do you
snow?
drown?
so
I think it's
I
this
wasn't
guy.
actually done yet.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I just because that was essentially my first attack. He was gonna use a key point and try close in and use flurry of blows.
punch the lion. Do it.
So unnatural 20 for the first one. And then a natural 20 for the second one.
Somehow that doesn't hit. That's weird.
Mm. I lost my fucking dice. What the?
Check your hand. Check your hand. Somehow that's still enough.
They were in my other hand.
That's happened. I've lost my phone and made a phone call to ask if they've seen my phone.
So the first one is 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
And do I crit because of the 20?
Well, natural 20 is a crit, yeah.
The second one is 15 points of damage.
All right. Total, just because I can do math in my head. 27. Yeah, that's enough. He's out.
All right.
So I'm just looking up how a beetle perceives things, because depending on how you're holding me, I either see or hear my lion being attacked.
Sorry, I didn't know if you heard me. I was trying to say something, but I think my headphone wasn't working.
Yeah, no, I couldn't hear anything for a good bit.
Shit. Oh no, I said so. The first one, he tries to run in once again, blinding speed, and he hits him at a weird angle. But the second one, he steps in and puts all his weight into it, and as he hits him, it's almost like you can almost see the air get squished together between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his turn.
All right. Back to the beetle. If we all turn ourselves into beetles, we could be the Beatles. That's not very clever.
Jesus Christ.
Question, DM. Just because I'm not sure how the constellation works, and upon unconsciousness, does he return to his temple, or does he remain? Then he does dissipate into like the starlight that he usually like reflects in the sky, and he kind of almost like Infinity Wars, but instead of dust, he just goes into this starlight.
I think Centurion might freak out because he doesn't know how you work, so he doesn't know if you killed him. And you just kind of see it in
I
his
don't think
eyes,
everybody's
like,
sold on that.
you just see it in his eyes like, fuck.
This is how it is.
Yeah, no one really asked no one really questioned the fact that the lion was a mirror of the sky.
Congratulations.
I am, and you said it was a tiny beetle, right?
Does he have the intelligence of himself normally, or is he just beetle thoughts?
Beetle thoughts. You're Ringo.
I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand.
Please tell me it's a
And
dung
when
beetle.
you bite me, I feel
Could I have made him a
happy
duck?
inside. It's such a feeling that my love I can't hide. I can't hide. I can't hide.
I spent a good bit of time trying to figure out what I was going to turn him into. Orca was definitely up there, because that's like, if you want him not to just die to a single hit, that's what you do. And then, like, if you're on land, just immobilized. But Beetle just seemed... Beetle thought.
Wow.
All right. Well, yeah, no, I'm asking like anything there that like is above a 2 on those like mental faculties. Okay. Just gonna double.
Wow. Seems
Beetle
like you've been
thought.
through a lot. Seems like you've been through a lot of shit.
Okay. All right. Fun thing. That beetle, surprisingly not calm. It oddly has purple glowing eyes that are just looking about.
Yeah, that tracks. Angry Beetle thoughts.
Gonna light your butt up. Gonna become a
And
firefly.
Here's the weirdest thing. Its hands are doing the weird fly, like hand rubbing together, like it's thinking something maniacal, which is a weird thing for a beetle with glowing purple eyes to be thinking.
No, it totally makes sense in this scenario, though.
You have no idea.
Sure. So what does...
I mean, I can try and escape my grapple through flying. My strength is like a 1, right? Or which one of these is the...
Isn't it -5, or is that the bonus?
Yeah, so it'd be -4 because only at a 0.
Oh yeah, -4.
Ooh.
-0 would be -5, yeah. No, wait, no.
All right, so I'm going to try what would this be? A strength, athletics, acrobatics? What would this be?
Yeah. Actually, wouldn't that be a -5?
I'll go dex, just because that's a 10. All right.
And I guess, do I need to roll strength? I never felt more confident with a +1 strength.
Your saloon has
Don't
any
lose this,
irony in a
you
bone
beetle.
of her body.
Oh God!
Will make you fail.
The 19.
I rolled
so
a decent number. Yeah, so I was wriggling for a good bit. You got me, but I was wriggling for a good bit. I got a 15.
all right. So
No, keep it in like the palm case, like two
hold
hands.
on to it. Hold on to it.
Yeah, like this. Give him a chance. He'll get away.
Hold on to the beetle. All right. Is that beetle's turn?
Yes. He's beetle raging, but yes.
Actually, wait. No, doesn't your rage go away if you spend a turn and you don't attack or take damage?
No. He's surprisingly
Now
still glowing though.
Oh yeah.
I know what. I would love to keep that in there because that sounds adorably insignificant. Like
Still
now
angry.
that he's a beetle, it's like wow, his eyes are glowing red or glowing. What do you mean?
Yeah, no, glowing purple. Nothing to do with his rage or anything else though. That's weird because it's not, angry looking anymore.
I'm just imagining under different circumstances, just you still as a beetle, just like throwing Sidian from side to side, like the Hulk does to Loki in Avengers. Just
I mean, if we a natural 20 bis and you got a natural 1, I could see that. Like, you polymorphed me with my belt, but some of that magic's still getting through.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first time he's casted it.
No, I'd really like to think that he's just that weak.
No, I don't think he's quite that weak. So, Sidian, seeing that still got a lion to deal with, I am going to.
No, Lion's gone.
Oh wait,
Disappear into stars.
Right.
Yeah, if you turn around, you just see him
okay.
dissipate. Him, Centurion just standing over him nervously.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I still think I will do this though, just in case something else happens. I am going to summon with minor conjuration in one of my hands, Mithril Woven Net. Just in case he breaks, or he somehow gets free, or my concentration is broken, so I can cover this beetle with. Actually, you know what? Never mind. Jar. I'm gonna summon a jar and put him in it.
Question: does he
good
take
amount,
damage?
good sized jar.
Does he take damage when he reappears and the jar breaks?
Well, we got an hour to figure this out, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But I would imagine that if that were the case, then yes.
I hope you don't lose concentration on this while I'm in the damn jar, because that'll fly out as shrapnel to anyone else around.
Would if you were in like the perfect position, would the jar like appear in your stomach? I don't think that's how that would work. But
Well, there's the thing. Like, does I begin to transform like back into? So unless like you made a tiny jar and put it in me, and then I transform, then I'd have a tiny jar in me.
That's okay. Yeah, jar, and then I'm gonna put this like I'm just gonna say that there's like a tree stump somewhere around here, and I'm gonna put the jar on the tree stump.
That would be more fucked up if he was made of glass now.
That would be pretty fun. A beetle made of glass inside of a glass jar?
I think we can calmly say the combat is over, right?
Okay. Yeah. Are you like smacking against the glass, trying to like
every
move
turn?
it?
Yeah, I'm making a strength check to just smash it to wherever I can see the closest edge.
Oh my god, I love that.
I can roll a few things to see just how many, like, what do you think, like 1 or 2 turns to see if I move it at all?
If I see him like rattling around, like definitely not at first. Like if I see him like rattling around, I'll just hold it, or ask Onyx to hold
You
it.
have to put I conjure a rock to put over the jar to make it too heavy for him to move.
Onyx sits on it, and that doesn't. No, let's not do that. Yeah. Would he be able to move the jar though with his -4 or 5 to strength?
I have no idea. And also depends on how thick and how heavy that jar is. Like, is it made of thick glass, normal
I'd
plastic?
say decently thick. Yeah. I'd say decently thick.
Yeah, no. Just flying down and then flying up very quickly and hitting that edge and just smacking against it and then falling down. And it's just that for the rest of this conversation.
You know what? I don't know why, but now I'm gonna try and draw all of our team as beetles.
That would be adorable.
Hercules beetle right here, baby.
Oh, absolutely. Is there like a two-horn type of beetle that you can make a centurion?
I'd make you a dung beetle. I'm just kidding. No, man. I'm just kidding.
Of course you would.
No. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna make you a nanobot. That kind of beetle.
Oh, I thought maybe a scarab, but yeah, that works.
I'm just gonna make him computer code. He's that kind of bug.
You're just gonna turn me into a VW beetle? No, that's Onyx.
That's Onyx. Yeah, I was about to say that is all he is good for. I'm just kidding.
Really? So what the fuck are we gonna do with this guy?
Well, he'll eventually turn back, won't he?
About now, or a little less. So we should probably make a decision before that. If we want, I can turn him back earlier if we want to ask him questions, but we should be prepared to tie him up or whatever we want to do. I request we don't kill him, at least without letting him get his word in.
That's actually pretty reasonable.
Reasonable, yes, but still dangerous. But I suppose we should let him say his piece. Let him decide if he wants to stay in this party.
Something tells me he might be a little agitated at this point. Looking over to the jar with the beetle clinking against the glass.
Still clinking.
I think Centurion does look over and says, "I think so. Might your sister?" And no offense, but I remember very little, but you seem to be more emotional about this than logical right now. You said to say his piece like you're going to kill him if he doesn't choose, quote unquote, right.
What would the right and wrong choices be, Centurion?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think there are right or wrong choices, and even if there were, even if there were, we both know that this isn't straightforward. We both know that this isn't, we were walking and then all of a sudden he tried to turn on us. We very well know that this wasn't a reaction.
There, and I very much want to get this cleared up because everybody's got their own take on this, and I'm sure he's got his own as well. But we can't have people, especially my sister, but regardless, we can't just have people in this group just attacking others, even if it's unintentional. Obviously, there are exceptions regarding the sins, but this seems something a bit more personal.
And I understand. But at the same time, maybe it's because I am not one of your siblings here. But right now, I don't think we can afford to lose bodies going up against this sin. That's all I'm saying. We may have our differences, but I think the only question that should matter is, are you going to help us fight this sin, or are you going to try and kill us? That's the only thing that should matter. And whatever he chooses, he can just walk away. No one has to kill anyone right now.
Do not see what he turned into, though. I want to, believe me, Centurion, I won't side with you on that logic, but what he turned into was unsettling, and I don't know exactly what or who he is. Be working for the sins? With but wonder.
Sidian's just going to take a moment and look over at Mercy and like, I understand your point, but, and then he just kind of glances over at Cruel. If we hold that sort of sentiment for everyone, I don't think that's going to be lasting us very long.
Okay, well, what about, and he looks over to Mercy, what you turned into? You preach about forgiveness and how Saloon will persevere and the faith that you have in people. And yet, here we are, you're trying to stop you because of a mistake.
I gotta say, Mercy, as weird as it is to say, I do agree with Centurion on this one. You were ruthless when I woke up. What came over you? That doesn't seem like that was you.
As I think Centurion interjects and says, there is darkness in everyone. Everyone shows it a different way. Some of us physically, and he looks over at Mercy again, some of us emotionally. That is why we should not be so quick to judge or dole out.
And I was not quick to judge, Centurion. When he first pinned me down, I bid you to not attack. All he had done at that point was have me on the ground in a vulnerable position. It wasn't until he bit my throat and attacked me and was drawing blood that I felt the need to fight back for my own life.
You don't know that he wouldn't have done that without his provocation, though. He had already pinned you. What makes you think he wasn't going to attack you?
We
really need to ask that. We really need to ask that.
I think it's a fair question.
Because I'd like to believe, I wanted to believe that he wasn't going to, that there was still that light. But he proved contrary. And so I reacted as I believe I ought to have for my own survival. Is that really so wrong?
I think it might be. Just because somebody takes a single misstep that they're incapable of making amends, you should hear him out.
I think Centurion puts up his hand and walks to Sid, not to shush him, but he tries to get a little bit closer and more direct with Mercy. Sorry, having amnesia here. There's nothing wrong with reaction. The way you reacted is fine. The way you suddenly defended yourself, the same way I wouldn't blame you for screaming, because that's a reaction. I understand that. It was what you did afterwards. It was what you did after he was walking away, after you were standing up, after the incident had been over. And you could have stood back and said, of sound mind, what's going on? If you had attacked him right as he had bit you, that would be a reaction. I would, I understand that, but that's not what happened. You waited. He was walking away. You knew what the situation was at that point. And
no, I didn't. Because he suddenly transformed into something completely unrecognizable to me or to this party, I reckon. He very well looked like he could have been any fell creature that's been spat up from hell.
Again, looking over at Gruel a little bit and kind of looking back. Yeah, that would definitely not meant there in here.
You do see Centurion's bandages, the insignia start to glow a little bit. You kind of see the snow around him melt a little bit. He's almost like sizzling a little bit.
Of the things we have seen and the things we have fought, how can you blame me for this and the way I've reacted?
This and arguing about this at this point is, well, it's good for future reference, but let's not try to dwell on mistakes at the moment. We should figure out what to do now, I think. He's not going to stay in here forever. Picking up the jar and
this.
down.
Cannot believe this.
Was that
Mercedes is gonna. Mercedes is basically, she's muttering under her breath, "I can't believe this." She's going to start walking away up the path.
Mercedes.
Which way's the path? We've already crossed the bridge, so I'm just gonna keep going.
I think this is a different bridge. Or is this a?
Oh, this is a different bridge? Okay, I'm gonna start. Yeah, there.
And she triggers the trap. Roll initiative.
Still in the middle of a long rest.
Go continue. I'm sorry, continue, Sky.
Okay.
All right. Are you continuing on like past where we can see, or are you just like full on like not going to stop? You're good for the day. You're just going to keep on trucking.
Let me actually roll to see how far she goes. Okay, evens. She stops somewhere.
You be gaining some.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Evens, she stops somewhere. Odds, she keeps on walking. That's an odd. She's gonna keep on walking. Oh, I don't even know what time of night it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be early.
Okay. That's not too bad. All right.
I do, because it looks like Sidian was trying to go after her, put my hand on Sidian's shoulder and just nod at him. Like, trying to signal, like, let her go, be alone by herself with her thoughts.
Sid's just going to kind of like, because, yeah, he was about to kind of go after her at least a little bit. And he's just going to kind of like turn back towards him and say, well, no, he's not going to say anything at the moment. He's just going to kind of huff and sigh a bit. Well, we still need to figure this out. Just kind of cross his arms and gesture towards the jar. And the beetle's missing. Oh no! Sorry.
A little tiny jackhammer inside the jar with little plexiglass everywhere.
Wait, no.
You guys didn't notice it? He stopped trying to break the glass. He started digging underneath.
Oh my god.
Is he trying to dig through the glass?
Oh my gosh.
He dug underneath.
I would like you see Nyx playing with the jar. Nyx, no! Down! Put it down!
Altris is just batting at it. No.
Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah, no. He's just rolling around in there, just batting from one side to another. He's just revengeless. These pets are now on it.
I didn't teach him that.
Just hope none of the pets eat the beetle inside the jar, because that would not end well for either of them.
I mean, they just get shunted back, and I'd be like on the ground.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Calatrus, couldn't she just be?
I mean, she would probably die, and then I could just bring her back. But
Yeah. I don't know about Nyx. He needs some heavy fiber to put that down.
Yeah.
all right. So what are we gonna do with him?
Well, I think we should be prepared for anything, any answer he gives, and any reaction he has. If he does choose to walk away and just walk away, then we let him do so. And if he chooses to walk away and kill us on the way down, obviously we can't allow that.
Mercy did have a point, though. We don't know if he is a spy of some kind. I don't think that's the case, but we should be paranoid of these things.
No, of course, and I didn't mean to tell your sister. I apologize. I wish I could only tell her. I didn't mean to say she was being unreasonable.
Yeah, well.
But yes, she does have a point. I think we should just be leery, because this. I hate to say it, this could be an opportunity, if it is a spy, to learn as much as they try to learn about us.
Yeah. I think at this point, Onyx is gonna hype up a little. Just kind of in a very sort of small voice. Did I make a mistake at some point? Did I do something? Am I in the wrong?
Oh, Onyx, you sweet summer child.
Stidian's like, we're gonna talk a bit later about what happened, but for now, this was a complicated situation. I want you to protect us, but against allies is a bit of a complicated situation. So I'm sorry for having this situation be placed upon you, but thank you for protecting her nonetheless. I think with that, Onyx is just gonna kind of take a bit of a nod and sit back. Let us do this. So if we're gonna turn him back, I don't think just like rope or grappling him is gonna work, at least until we get that belt off.
He says to actually give him some time, and you do see, like I said, the sigils on his bandages, light up a bit, and he's radiating heat a little bit, just a little bit.
All right.
But you can see that he's a little, not winded, but more like pained. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Well,
And
if you need anything, I can.
Yeah, he's just kind of meditating for that hour, if you will.
Wait, are you just, or are you like taking a short rest or something, or?
I don't think so, because I think a short rest is something like 2 hours, right, Sky?
1 hour, I thought.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Well, you're working on that then, I guess. Hopefully, Mercy comes back. But how long? I assume does Mercy come back at some point, or does she not come back at all in like the next hour?
The next hour, she's gonna be walking, I think, and
All right,
praying as she walks.
Sid gets concerned, but I think for this hour at least, since we got this situation that we need to finish dealing with, he's gonna stay at the camp. Sid is going to, I don't know exactly the terrain we're working with, but I'm going to use mold earth, and I'm going to create a hole into the. Is there like a hill next to us or something that I can create this into? All right. So I'm going to create a bit of a tunnel. I'll say about like 10 feet-ish wide. And like 10 feet deep, 10 feet wide or so. And I'm gonna, let's see. I'm gonna, I'll ask, but I don't know if I'm gonna get a response since he's meditating on like when he wants to do this, because we got like 45 minutes left or something like that. So we should do this before we get into that situation.
He can hear you, but his responses are a little bit lagged, like a second or two. So, what were you asking him again?
We need to take care of getting him properly contained before we let this time expire. So when do you want to take care of that? Because I mean, are you just taking a short rest? Because I can probably do this myself, hopefully, but it would be, I guess I got Onyx as backup, but basically I want to cast minor conjuration to create like bars into this cliff.
And
so that but
does.
if I do that, the jar is going to disappear. So yeah. So basically, yeah, it's well, I'll need to quickly drop my polymorph, and yeah.
How long is the beetle a beetle form?
I don't know exactly how much time has passed, but it's an hour from when I cast polymorph.
And he does. Mm-hmm.
It'll be after, yeah.
After.
So I guess I gotta take care of this myself. Oh, sorry.
Right, but he does say, Nyx is going to help you.
All right. I got Nyx.
And Nyx kind of just runs up the middle one, the derpy one, wagging it, looking derpy as fuck. Yeah. And you see him start, like, because you put it like on like up on a hill, right?
It's inside a hill, so basically I've got like a 10-foot wide and deep tunnel going into the side of one of these hills. I did that using mold earth. So I want to put like bars on it so that he can't just walk out or something to block the path. Which I can use minor conjuration for that, but I need to. Which also, side note, would I be able to do that? Would you say that I can do that, Sky? Like just create like some mithril bars, mithril 2, just for the weight purposes.
Real quick, so essentially,
it's a spell slot. Sorry.
Before you do that, just to see, like, working with what we have here. It sounds like essentially, let's say, for some reason, you made the jar disappear and turned him back right now. He would have pretty much everything else walled except one entrance, which is what he wanted to put bars in front of. All right, so I think what he does instead next is he starts digging almost like a line in front of that entrance, right? Not deep, but deep enough so that it's at an angle. And then you see him starts to spew fire into this thing so that flames rise up on it like a wall of fire.
So like flames to block it, but that's not necessarily going to stop him because he might just try and barrel through.
No, I know. But that's what he has for now. He is Nyx.
Okay.
The dog.
I mean, fair enough. I don't know if that's...
So, yeah, because that's all he's a doggo.
The other big thing that we need to do is fire-breathing, multi-headed doggo. Let's still doggo. We should get the belt off so he doesn't just try and lift the mountain up and toss it onto us.
Actually, Sky, can I hear him while this is going on? It sounds like I'm asleep, right?
No, I think Siderian is almost definitely muttering to himself, Nyx and Onyx. Excuse me.
Okay. And that's the case. You see the, I guess you could say the nicer one, the one that the crew had talked to, and she had explained or the head had explained everything calmly and almost like lovingly, right? You see that head kind of like tug at you and then point back at Centurion. And I'm not sure if you know what that means, but she's just like trying, don't worry about it.
All right. Let's see. Let's see. Does Onyx have? Okay, yeah, doesn't have that. So, okay, yeah. So, Huh. Okay. Can Nyx like turn off the flames temporarily, or is it just constantly going now?
I don't know if Nyx actually has control over the fire. He just kind of spews. Oh yeah, he just kind of just spews it. Yeah, he'll just yawn. No.
Fair enough. Would this be like bigger than prestidigitation can disappear? Or this be about the right size? At least in like multiple castings. So I just want to clear a pathway so I don't take damage going through.
Oh, I think that's up to Sky because I was going for like the 3 heads spewing fire. But if I don't know what the ruling would be here. Because this is just an off the top idea.
That's fair. Yeah. A bit larger. Yeah, like like a 15 code. So let's just create another tunnel then. I'll just cave that one in and then create another tunnel.
Is Nyx fireproof? Right, so what do you like? I don't know if you know this, but what were you saying that you needed to do?
I need to get in there, put the jar in there, and then once it disappears and the thing, I need to be able to take off the belt and then get through the tunnel and then put the wall up. Because I don't want him having the belt of giant strength. Because then he'd just literally just be able to walk out and swing the bars at us.
I guess
I love that no one's actually questioned him about it.
Yeah. I guess because no one's there to question him about it.
We had days and no one said to ask, hey, cool belt.
That is a good point. I mean, I believe I cast detect magic at some point when he was around, but I don't remember if he specifically got that. So,
I mean, it was magical, but I don't think it gives you like everything unless you cast Identify on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think while you're saying this to yourself, you do notice that Nyx is not just like snapping, like almost playing at the fire, like he's trying to like bite it, but like his body, he's not doing this on the outside. His body is in the fire. He's just chilling, kind of like playing, waiting for whatever the hell you need him to do.
You know what? I'm just gonna improv this. I'll leave the fire cave still up then. Is it filling up the entire cave or just the entrance? Just the entrance, right?
Yeah, that's why I was digging a line. That way it stays contained in that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he at least knows how that works. He doesn't know what the hell you're doing.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna... Can I just, like, toss the jar in without breaking it? Like, roll it to the other end of the cave? All right. So I'm gonna roll it gently in, and I guess take a couple steps back and get Onyx prepared, shield out, and all that.
It hasn't been an hour though, right?
It's been less than an hour. I'd say I'd wait until it's closer.
Wait. As you did you roll it already?
I mean, I can get it back if need be with Mage Hand.
No. Like as it's getting closer, you see Nyx go out and sniff at it. Like she's like all three of them are sniffing at it.
Go into the cave.
No, wait. One of them, like the like I said, the smarter one, picks it up gently and then goes in, places it down, and then walks out.
Oh, did Nick like put the jar inside the cave, or did he bring it back out?
No, he put it inside the cave.
Okay.
Like the middle head is the stupid one. Okay, the left one is the smart one, and the right one is the like the lion.
Okay. I think we're ready. I guess he says to Nyx and Onyx. This, I would assume, taking care of preparations is closer. Instead of creating bars or something to seal up the cave, I'm gonna create a large stick of dynamite and get my gun in my other hand ready.
This motherfucker said a large stick of dynamite. A large stick of dynamite.
I will take us both out. Take us both out. Don't you dare.
A large stick of dynamite.
I'm taking a step away from the cave. I'm not throwing that in.
Not. I thought he was gonna say something like, a large barrier
bundle.
Or large sandbars, or no, a large stick of dynamite.
No, I'm not throwing it in. I'm preparing it.
I love how paranoid you guys are. With the only person who was aggressive besides your robot that you now control is gone.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Centurion has 100% been like, hey, let's not fight.
I'm not.
No, that's my point. You guys are the calm-headed ones, and you're acting like I'm about to come out swinging.
In case he strung, you might. I don't know.
He doesn't know that. And I checked it as a beetle. Like that's not enough sense for C to see that when he didn't know that yet.
But,
afterwards,
this is not something that
now.
Sorry.
You have to understand his paranoia, okay?
Oh yeah, no, that paranoia is very much justified, and it's a good thing. Just someone explain that to Mercy.
Him being ready in case he needs to cave in this cave, and hopefully that would be something that could take you down. Granted, you're pretty low health already. I'm just preparing.
Yeah, no, I assume you guys noticed. I'm woozing. I'm that last 12th round boxer who could be knocked out or could knock someone out. It's either or.
Right. So when the bundle of dynamite is created, the jar disappears, and then I am going to drop concentration on polymorph. And let's see how this goes.
Am I still in the jar?
No, the jar disappeared.
Ready?
Okay, as long as I got room. Okay, then I pop out of the thing, and I'm just gonna stumble.
You turn back into a person.
All right, I'm gonna stumble, and I'm gonna just fall on my knees, and I'm just gonna start coughing.
And I'm gonna not be showing off the dynamite and gun. And it's like, are you okay?
It's a gun now?
No, I summoned a bundle of dynamite and a gun so I could just Ash trick shot from Overwatch if I need a cave in this cave.
Oh, I thought you said it was a gun, like a dynamite gun. I was like, it's a gun?
Pretty dynamite.
So you made a makeshift grenade launcher? That's
medieval grenade launcher? Oh, that's
it's just a little catapult, but it lights the dynamite.
Motherfucker made the M24 in D&D.
Not how I thought this should have.
I mean, well, think about it, Sid. If you light a piece of dynamite and then throw catapult, that's an impact and explosions.
Oh yeah, no, that's a pretty good combo.
Imagine getting hit by a soda-sized can of dynamite, essentially.
Gun is holstered but prepared, and the dynamite is just like kind of holding it in my hand.
We're getting off track. We got to talk about this idea. We got something here.
Okay.
Sky is gonna veto this immediately. I just wanted to let you guys know, but yes, we can talk about it.
Let us dream this first, then let her kill it.
We need time to prepare this. Are you all right? Are you all right, Marlon? What happened?
Am I long rested now, or has it been an hour, or what's going on?
Long rested, but
I'm like I try to take her stand up, and I just stop. I just stop, and I just essentially just sit down and rest. And I'm just it's very easy to see he's no longer trying to put up that very much now looking up like very much front. He is on his last, no, not even on his last leg. He is breathing heavy, and he is still bleeding. He is at 6 HP.
You good? Probably not. I'll mold earth him a chair in the little area he's got to sit in.
Right. And he just goes over to it and just waves thanks. Okay.
No, this
you can just mold earth all the time.
It's mold earth is a. I thought it was it's an action. It's 30-foot range.
It's pretty sweet. Make a little chair, a little pool. No, I'm not. I was.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Everyone else here, except you.
Yeah, I was asleep, and I thought everybody else was asleep. But then
I was, and then something woke me up.
So you're not even sure what woke you up then?
I know what woke me up now. I didn't then. And as soon as I was... Okay, I'll put it this way. By the time I realized what had happened, there had already been a lot of thrown, punch, kick, sword. I don't do well being woken up.
Understandable. I can certainly see that being the case now. And I think we'll all be aware of that in the future, but how, just in general, are you doing?
Not great.
Yeah.
Few things I would have hoped to have eased the rest of you into. My temperament and my lesser half is one of them.
Yeah, I didn't want anything like this to happen, but obviously I didn't know that this was even remotely, a possibility.
I mean, and I'm just going to ask, your friend does something very similar when he gets, I'm assuming, serious when he fights. Long, floppy ears, wrapped in bandages, burned.
Kind of points over at points behind his back and then steps to the side a little to show Centurion, that one.
Yeah.
He's just meditating, peaceful as fuck right now.
Something similar. Yeah, I'm honestly envious if I can get a glimpse of you in that peaceful meditation. Why can't they let me do that?
Why can't who let you do that? Us? Somebody else?
Ask your fucking sister. She's the one who woke me up.
She's headed off. And actually, Onyx, why don't you go see if you can find her? I think we're good here for the moment. And Onyx is going to nod and I guess begin trotting off in the direction that Mercedes went. Uncertain of when or how or where she went exactly, or where she exactly went, but he's gonna try and track after her. There's marks in the snow or anything like that. He'll follow those. But yeah, I think Sidian thinks that at least at the moment, things are all right enough to let him go off. Yeah, Mercedes, she didn't take everything well, I guess. I'm not entirely certain, but
I imagine not. One of my reactions, and honestly one of the lesser violent ones, is to take whoever's provoking me and say restrain them. Usually they're information or intimidation. But it's still a little hazy.
one of the less violent ones?
I would have normally, if I had known this was to be a... Well, I'll put it this way. I felt a bit more confident when I was surrounded by people I believed had a common goal with me. If I was normally traveling alone, my hand would have gone for my blade and gone for her neck.
Yeah,
That's the normal response when I'm alone. I would with the rest of you, and that's why it was more pain and restraint situation.
suppose that makes sense, but yes, that turned out to not be a great reaction on either of your parts.
I'm not going to try and say I did the right thing. I think this is simply what I did. What I always do when such situations present themselves.
You seem to be more in your right mind now. There was a question of what happened before. You seemed to turn to a rage, and your form changed, and it was weird.
Like I said, my lesser half reacted less than poorly to your sister's newly developed attitude. And that,
trust me,
honestly, it's not a surprising thing, just something I was hoping to
avoid.
ease into. No, there was no avoiding it. It's how I felt when I need to get serious. But I was hoping to do it a bit more controlled.
Understandable. I might be a little challenging, I'd say, I think that most of the rest of us are understanding that this was mostly just a uncertain state of mind, but it might be a little challenging if you do wish to continue with us, if Mercy is going to react, how she would react.
That, I think, is a conversation you'd have with her. For now, I think best I take Lionel, and we meet you at the panel.
I've been able to hear most of what you've been saying, but it's kind of breaking up to a point where I couldn't make out what you said there.
It's just muffled for me.
That. Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
You're fine.
I guess in the meantime, should I roll something for Onyx's? I'm sure it's going to be a while before he catches up, but considering it's been like 30 minutes. Oh, what was that? A bit muffled. I think it's a bit better. Talk again. So I can hear it.
Was this any better?
Oh,
there
that's much
you
better.
Go. That's way better.
Much better.
All right.
All right.
Switch to push to talk, and my headphones have just been glitzing out, or my little Bluetooth thing's been glitzing out, so I'll stick with this for right now. Maybe better.
All right. Does seem a lot better now. So, I guess real quick, to finish that question, should I roll for Onyx? Because I'm sure it's going to be a while since it's been I don't know exactly how long, but 30 minutes since she left. But should I roll something for Onyx to try and follow after Mercy? All right.
Oh no, does he go the wrong way and just down the mountain?
fuck this, I'm going home. Survival, that is a 9.
Oh shit! I was
The
kidding.
worst. He was born like a week ago, created like a week ago.
She has hooves. It's obviously her.
Ooh, those are very big paw prints. Oh boy. Oh, maybe he'll be able to, like destroy a pack of wolves or something. That could be fun. I don't know. He might get taken down by wolves. I don't know.
No, he's pretty strong. I think he can take on some wolves.
Puppy. We'll see. Dragon. We'll see.
Why are you tempting this?
I want to destroy a dragon. I think that's
We will not
clear.
destroy a dragon. Dragon's gonna fuck us.
No, I mean that depends on the dragon, but yeah, no, that's fair. We'll see. So I think the last thing I asked was, or mentioned is, if you do decide to stick around, then the interactions with Mercy might be a little tense, and I think everybody else is understanding that this was just a not great situation, but Mercy seems not in a great place regarding all this.
Noticed with my... Yeah. Why don't I... I think me and Lionel should head a separate way. We'll still meet you in the town and assist, but best at a distance until things cool off.
That might be a good idea. I think he was busy with the... Yeah, no, yeah, he's like, all right. Would this be maybe around when Centurion will be
You just
finishing?
want
to
spark this onto him, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, Sid is trying, I guess, should I make like a deception check because he's trying to keep his poker face right now?
Wait, has it been an hour? I don't know how long we've been talking. Yeah, just keep it going. Just keep it rolling.
You want to play
just
like some like blackjack for a little bit before I like bring Lionel over? No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Deception, +2. Ooh, a natural 20, +2. Of course, this is what I roll it on, but okay. Yeah, no.
All right, then. It's probably best I go now. I need to find a place to camp. It's not you guys.
I'm curious. I don't know how much you're wanting to share. He's panicking a little bit internally, but apparently keeping it pretty cool on the outside. I don't know what you're willing to share about this, because I'm curious on what that was. What happened that you turned like that? What from looks kind of resembles a devil? What was that exactly?
Longer story, and one I honestly don't want to get into right now. But I'll put it this way. It's a form of power. And if I don't get strong enough to handle it, then I will need you or her or someone else to do what you didn't do tonight.
Right. Death is a funny thing like that. Speaking of death, no, I'm kidding. He does not say that. No, I did have the thought.
I'm assuming it's been 5 minutes, though.
Yeah. I've tried to buy it for time a bit before.
I mean, yeah. I'm assuming I'm just moving out of the cave and just looking around.
Well, are you walking through the fire?
They're napping while I was a fucking beetle.
Are you looking through the fire
Well,
or walking through the fire? I'll
yeah,
get
I
like a
think by
bucket and
this
like just
time,
toss it over the fire. Bucket of water.
yeah, I
Conjure.
think Centurion comes out of it, but Nyx, I think by this time he would have already like used the sand from the little hill he made to try and start putting out the fire.
All right.
But as Centurion comes out, I'm not really sure what he's seeing when he says how peaceful he is, but he does look better, more composed, if you will, and he does say, I heard everything. It's not like I was asleep. He didn't want.
Right.
He also doesn't want you guys to be like, oh, is he? No, like I'm not asleep.
Yeah.
That being said, I also think that would be the best thing to do for you to go your separate way.
Yeah, fine.
But we would also, I think we have also been pretty harsh on your sister. She only has or knows a certain way of doing things, which is fine.
I'll admit since I've returned, I've tried a little bit to try and get her to open up to other ideas about how we could do things, but she's not taken to it very well.
I can give you a message to give to her that I'm sure will, well, I don't think it'll make her feel better, but she might be proven justified in what she did, and you can just agree to try that we've parted ways. If you have something to give her this message, preferably verbatim.
Get my pen and notebook. I'm just gonna type this in the Sid's private channel to just remind myself.
All right, he's gonna go. He's just walking up to the edge of the bars, and he's just gonna grasp them and says, "Whenever you're ready."
There's no bars, and I think the fire is at this point, so you're free.
Yeah. But he does tell Marlin, I'm assuming, right?
That's my name. Yes. Why would you question that?
Oh, these ears aren't for. You know what? That's another thing. Are
you deaf?
Are you dumb?
You're secretly deaf, aren't you?
That's not really.
You're secretly deaf.
Doesn't really say that.
Those big ears are just for show.
I stole these up. I'm just saying. No, he just says, I understand your viewpoint, but I also understand hers. I understand what it's like to not be in control. I know I was not myself until recently, and I've barely been able to keep my composure. But right now, really, you still have yet to earn my trust. The only reason we are working together is because we need people, and it seems like we have a common goal.
I'm not certain on why you are dedicated to this mission, but it sounds like you still want to go through with it, so I'm sure you've got a good reason.
I have a reason, and I'll give you the message for your sister. Let's see if this calms/enrages her more.
We'll see.
Listen and actually understand. And he's actually going to start raging, so he does transform again.
Oh, wow,
I
crap.
was not your friend. I was not your enemy. I am the enemy of your enemy. That's it. And when I see you again, that will still be the same. I will kill those I plan to. No more, no less. Attack me again, and you will be on that list.
Oh, crap.
Leave out that last part.
And then
That
he
is
just
sit in
drops.
character.
He just drops it, and it's weird because like he grew like an extra 3 inches, and those horns came out, and the weird dark skin. His hair goes black when he does that for some reason.
You want to explain what that is?
You're not here.
Nah,
Nope.
it's fine.
Nope.
Nah, we'll just gloss over that. That's
What was
fine.
that one last time? It was I was not your friend, I was not your enemy, I was the enemy of your enemy, and then what?
It's not your friend. I was not your enemy. I was the enemy of your enemy. And yeah, I'll do what I was originally going to do next time we meet. No, that'll be true the next time we see each other.
I think Centurion is just like shaking his head and putting his hands over his eyes because that was very dramatic, and now he's reiterating it for him to write down, and he's just like, my little Jesus.
And like just the ending of like, and if you don't want to be on that list, don't attack me again. But very menacing, and it straight up sounds like a threat. And then he just unrages, and then he goes back to normal. He says, "All right, great. Now I gotta go wake up Lionel, and we gotta get a move on."
Moment of truth. Let's see if this lasts. Sidian is going to look over at Centurion.
So I mean,
Hey, don't look at me. I didn't do it.
he forced our hand, and I had to resort to. I may have killed your friend.
Sidian takes a step back.
Take cover.
Resummon the dynamite. No, I'm kidding.
So he's just gonna close his eyes and just. It looks like he's getting angry, but he's just shaking his head. God damn it, Lionel.
What's going on?
You know magic, right?
Sid just kind of looks himself up and down. Yeah.
I assume you know what a familiar is, right?
Oh, familiar. Is that what Lionel was? You said, Lionel?
In a sense, but not exactly the same. He's not dead, just no longer here. No longer tethered. I have to try.
Okay. That's a bit of a relief there.
It's gonna cost me time and probably a favor. I'll try and get to you guys when I can. I need to fix this first.
Yes. Sorry about all that.
No, if I know him, and I do,
Yeah.
and considering what happened, probably wasn't going to go down until either I was back and told him to stop, or one of you held him down or put him down.
All right, well. Out of curiosity, and this is more of a friendly question, because I think if I didn't do this, it probably wouldn't have gone well, but do you remember anything of the last, hour or so?
I have vague memories. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know what you did, but I'm usually the one who can call the shots for the most part. You kicked my ass into the back seat of the storage space of the SUV, and someone else was driving for a good bit. That is something I try to avoid at all costs. So that's
Interesting.
I'm glad you didn't give him a
that.
body that he could attack you with. So that was a smarter move for you.
Yeah, that. If you're wondering, I turned you into a beetle so that the others would stop having a reason to attack.
I mean, it worked. The beetle put it in a cage or something, and just
it worked. Interesting that it seems like it seems like you've got something in common with Mercis, in which case you have other minds in your mind to some degree, but something else took over.
That I did not know. That is a new conversation for a drink later. Thank you.
Yeah, that's something later, but I was about to say I poked around Mercedes' mind, but he doesn't say that. Instead, he says, "I think Merzus isn't alone in his mind."
I mean, who is?
Centurion interjects. Centurion interjects. Oh no, he is not. Alone in his mind. There's several
other personalities or
I
minds.
get like the whole voices in your own head, or like some people with gods or people who help them out with power have theirs. Like, how bad is this? Because
the only voice in my head that I need is me.
Well, if I may, because I don't know if you remember how the last, speaking, out of character here. Remember how the last arc had ended? How he kind of like unlustified you guys.
Right.
Oh yeah,
that's an interesting way of putting it, but
right. He essentially had to force his way. Yeah, because he essentially had to force his way into deep into Merzus' mind. That was the whole thing. And so he saw. We had talked, and he had
seen a bit farther in.
Yeah, he was like, I can tell you that I don't know exactly what it is, because he definitely didn't like me rooting around. But there's great guilt behind the voices. I don't know if it's his guilt or theirs, but there is a lot of guilt. There's a lot of pain. And he just carries it. Always.
See, I'm going to have to buy him a drink now, because that sounds terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
got my message.
Hopefully we can laugh about this all someday, and it'll be an interesting story for Merzus.
Oh my god, everyone's laughing, and then somewhere out in the distance is another evil laughter that's in his head.
Yeah, that tracks.
I mean, you guys, we'll figure that out when we get to him. He does ask both of you one thing, and this is an honest, like, he just takes a very serious stance, but honestly asks, no threatening or anything. I just need you guys to, if there's a favor I could ask.
And what would that be?
It's Cruella. Just keep an eye on her for me.
Cruella DeVille? Sorry, no, I know who you were talking about. All right. Is there a particular way you want to keep an eye out on her, or
if she was dead the next time I ran into you guys,
don't let her die. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not saying help her, spoiler, or just give her what she wants. Just make sure she's not dead, and help her if you can. But that's really about it. Just keep her alive is the bare minimum I'm asking.
All right. I mean, weren't planning on letting her die, but gotcha.
If you don't think there's killer, I need you to not kill it and tell me where it is also a stipulation.
Okay, that's a bit more interesting. Don't kill it. What if we need to kill it?
If it pushes you, it pushed you, but if you can, I'd appreciate a word with it beforehand.
Interesting, but all right. So what I'm hearing is you want me to animate her corpse. No.
Do whatever you're going to do, but if you can help it, I'd rather her be alive in herself. But no. We've seen the day went. It doesn't always go that way.
We will try for that, I think.
All right. He's going to pick up his stuff, and he's just going to start heading to the nearest mountain cliff and just start climbing up vertically.
Fair enough.
And then he says, and he looks. Centurion says, looking over at you, and we need to find your sister.
Yeah, I sent Onyx. I don't know if you heard that, but I sent Onyx after her, and I assume Kroll is just like asleep somewhere else. So let's just. Oh.
You know, she does that. Sometimes takes food, goes off for a few hours.
All right. Well, hopefully she'll find us later when her player comes back.
That's a good cracker. Maybe leave her a note.
But yeah, no, I think we should go find her, and I also think this is where we should see what Mercy is doing.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So let's just say Sid and Centurion go after Mercedes, and we're all gonna have some exhaustion, I bet, aren't we?
Not me.
I don't wait for all you guys to get exhaustion.
You took a short rest. You took a short rest. That does not get rid of exhaustion.
Yeah, mother.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It was -30 here this week, so I know what cold is.
It's that.
Campfire? The hobo from Polar Express, yes!
It's a mimic.
I'm sorry. Continue.
It's always a mimic.
Well, as she was walking away, she was muttering some things, well, more like shouting. Not shouting, but speaking loudly and clearly to Saloon, as though in a conversation, as though she was in the room. Saying things like, I don't know what else I could have done differently. I didn't want to let any grass grow under my feet, no snow accumulate on my head. I did what I thought I had to do. I didn't try to sit back and let things happen, let his nature take over me, but was it wrong? Was I rash? Was Saloon, do hear me, do answer? And then I think that would be when she sees the campfire. And she'll look around, confused, because there was no apparent sign that anyone else was here on this journey. But she was just talking to the goddess, and here a light is shining. That seems like a pretty darn good sign, but she will keep her hand on her sword and quietly approach the campfire. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's Frankenstein.
She will. She'll sort of reach out, about to call out to them, but decide not to, and just keep walking slowly, looking about to see if there are any other people who may be hiding, who aren't immediately in front of this fire or around it. But does he seem alone, this person? He or she?
Sneaking up is what got you in trouble the first time.
Yes, overall. Right. You want me to do that with advantage or disadvantage? I understand either way.
So
Building in the snow is not the most easy thing to do.
Okay. All right, base 14, base 6, plus stealth, plus 1, so 7. Yeah, that ain't working. Yeah, what do they do?
Well,
It's Mercis, isn't it? Oh my goodness.
Maybe not Merzus, but
Oh, or a new character. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
It's Tyr.
how'd you guess? No. Hearing this, he does. Let's see. I'm thinking because his passive would have been. So I will stand up, and I guess if you continue to get closer, you'll notice a tall figure, actually a little taller than you might have thought, going close to almost 7-something feet, 7'2" maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice he has horns.
Uh-huh.
And as he slowly starts to turn around, you'll start to notice a few details.
Okay.
This person is wearing, it seems to be a kind of overcoat, red trimmings on the shoulders and the side sleeves, black jacket. Seems to be almost like not a traveler or a cloak, but almost tailored, specifically, almost like a butler's winged out tips.
Like a bespoke suit.
I'm trying so hard to zoom in
Yeah.
here. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, and leather armor underneath, straps, blade at the side, boots. That's when you'll notice his face, pale, white, horns seem to be swirled that go up and point. And I think at this point it's just best to show you what he looks like. This is who you're approaching, minus the pet on his shoulder. We don't see that yet.
Oh my goodness thing. Just let me zoom. Computer. I don't want to turn. No. 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 You spin me right round, baby. Right round like a record, baby. I only have my trackpad.
All right, and this is who is standing before you.
Okay, I'm expecting someone very sexy. I can't move in.
out of the frying pan into the fire of devil-looking people.
Uh-huh. Where is he? Player characters, yes. If I could just get to it. Trackpad, come on. Where is it? Aha, there we go. Okay, I'm sorry. Ooh, very cool. Yes. But he also looks very devilish. This could be bad news.
Yep. You notice he has a tail, though not forked like you've seen. They seem to be large, almost reptilian kind of scales that swirl back.
Mm-hmm.
And there's small patches of scales that surround his horns and just underneath and go to the side of his eyes. But extremely defined ears, very much pointy. His horns go out to claws, very defined.
Interesting. Okay. Well, Mercedes, I think, she was going to smile. I'm going to play this out kind of how my thinking process was going. She was going to smile, originally thinking it might be the familiar face of Merzus, but then seeing this new person, she will stop dead in her tracks
Spice, mate. Sorry.
And her hand does tighten around the hilt of her blade. Who are you?
Me. Well. Last I checked, I was myself. And who are you?
That wasn't a very clear answer. But my name is Sister Mercedes.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Baladar. Bar Adal Throd.
Baladar. Well then. I didn't realize anybody else would be up this way. If you're ahead of me, I didn't see any tracks.
Probably wouldn't have, no.
Then why are you up here?
Because this is the way I'm going.
Where are you going?
Through the mountain.
To where?
I haven't figured that part out yet.
So you're a wanderer.
Yes.
No special destination or purpose?
I have a purpose or two, but no set destination.
Huh. And Mercedes she'll sort of circle around the fire just a little, but still keeping a distance between her and this Baladar. Did I say his name right? Baladar? Anyways,
Hello? Sorry, Mr. Talbot's going up with me.
Oh, okay, there you are.
Yeah, Baladar. Oh, let me just put it in here.
Okay, Baladar.
With a B? That sort of sound. Okay.
All right. Then, Mr. Baladar, do I need to worry about you? And her hand sort of instinctually goes up to the fresh wounds on her neck.
He gives a playful smile and simply replies, "We barely know each other, dear. I think it's a bit early for that."
What? No.
Ribbon in your neck.
What the heck was that sound? That sounded like somebody farting in a soup pot. What the heck?
You good, Centurion?
Please tell me that was your cat. He got to your mic and did that. Please tell me.
Or your stomach?
Growled into the mouth. Are you hungry? Was a passing nest of whales?
It was indigestion from a local bear.
Oh,
Smokey?
all right.
I hope he gets better soon. That shit sucks.
Smokey or Yogi?
Yes.
I told him not to.
Mercedes her nose will crinkle. That's not exactly what I meant, but I suppose that could be an offshoot of the problem. But do I need to worry about you?
I only have so many answers to these questions. I'll go for my second pick. I'm not ill, so I'm not in need of assistance. Thank you.
Do I need to worry about you attacking me then?
Have you wronged me?
Not as far as I know.
Then as
There
far
are
as I
people
know,
who would kill for as much as a rude glance
I don't think you've
or a
given me a good
blessing.
glance. And I don't think you've given me a blessing. I must have missed it. I'm sorry.
I haven't done these things to you. Perhaps I don't need to worry about you unless you're just playing dumb.
I mean, that only works sometimes. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out who you are and why you're coming to my campsite brandishing a weapon
I'm
in the
not
middle of the
brandishing.
So you're not with your hand on your weapon ready to strike?
Yes, but I don't have it drawn. I'm not shaking it at you, am I?
Oh, call it an intuition. Drawn, sheathed. Something tells me in your hand it's the same as both.
Mm. Well then, if I let my hand drop, will you ask your questions and not use them as a diversion to do ill?
I don't have questions for you.
You don't.
No.
No.
None come to mind. I didn't come to you, you came to me.
And you're not the least bit curious about that.
I have no reason to inquire why you do what you do. I assume you know what you're doing. You got all the way here, so you're competent, at least survival-wise.
And you must have seen many things to not be fazed by a stranger at your campsite.
It's not the first time it's happened. This is going one of the more pleasant ways. That could change. It could be better. It all depends on the situation.
Well, I like to believe that the light of your fire was a good sign. I was praying, calling out to my goddess, and asking for answers, and well, here you are. Or here at least is your fire.
The fire wasn't really my idea.
Wasn't your idea? Then whose was it?
A friend of mine,
Who's your friend? Are they near?
always close by.
Who?
I'm sorry I missed that.
Oh, she just asked who.
A dear friend. Only known him for, well, we've traveled a bit together here, and I've gotten to know him. I like him. He's interesting.
Does he have a name?
He does.
Will you
Actually,
tell
he
me?
has two. It'd be more for him to tell you than me, but I don't know if you'd want to meet him. Some people don't like to meet him. Some do. Some are just, well, some scared, some afraid, some excited. A lot of people excited, actually. That was a strange day.
Well, you seem to have, at least I would assume you have, secrets from this spacey way that you're approaching our conversation.
not entirely sure what you wanted from me when you came up to talk, but I hope I've answered in some way that you can accept.
I really don't know. I don't know if my question has been answered.
Maybe
well,
if
I'll
you
bring the...
tell it to me again. I'll try harder.
Well, my conundrum was that a member of a traveling companion, well, I went to bless him as he was asleep, and he attacked me. And while I do usually try to remain on the peaceful side, I was blinded with rage and, I suppose, a sense of duty. Finish off the threat that I perceived him to be, and obviously found him to be, and she points to the stained wimple. But I was reprimanded for my course of actions. And I suppose I wanted to know if my actions were wrong, or was I indeed acting in my goddess's best interest to defeat the sins and not let them take over, to not be, well, lazy, not be...
Was your companion one of the sins?
No, but he could have been. He attacked me, and I know that I surprised him, but he attacked me, and he transformed into, well, something quite threatening, quite frightful to see in these dark times.
And he continued attacking you after transforming? This was a battle.
He was knocked away, and then he was going to walk away, but I did pursue him.
Were you looking for answers for his capture? What did you want to obtain?
What did I want to obtain? And she really pauses a moment and thinks on that. I don't know, but I suppose I want to obtain security? A peace of mind in knowing that the threat was eradicated?
That is a job, difficult, but it can be done. Did you believe you were doing it correctly while doing this?
But do you think I was in the right or the wrong? What do you think?
I don't know the whole story. It sounded like you said you approached him to bless him, yes?
Yes, originally.
And was he awake, aware?
Asleep. But the lightest feather touch woke him, and obviously he perceived it as a threat.
But he knew you. You two have been companions for a while, or friends, acquaintances.
Not a long while. Not a long while. Only a few days.
But you trusted them enough to approach them.
I guess.
And that's not a bad thing, but it was a risk. You chose to take it.
I didn't perceive that just approaching them would be that much of a threat, but I suppose I should have kept my distance. It was...
No, you made a choice. That choice was not guaranteed. But you believed you were doing the right thing.
Yes.
And did you continue to believe that during the entire ordeal?
No, I didn't believe that it was safe during the entire ordeal. No, because then he attacked me, and even when he walked away, I wanted to fight back, but he walked away.
Do you wish he stayed and fought?
Suppose so.
Do you feel you were robbed of this fight?
Not robbed of a fight, but left alone without an answer. Left. All I know is that I wanted to do what I thought was right in that moment. In that moment when I pursued him.
If you think he's still a threat, then perhaps that needs to be done.
That's just it, I don't know. I should have stayed. I shouldn't have let my emotions get the better of me. But it seems they always will, and they always have.
That is what emotions do. I don't know if anyone told you. Controlling them is very difficult.
I used to think I was good at controlling them. I thought that they were... No. Maybe it was just because I thought I was using them for good all the time. I wasn't used to doling out hurtful emotion. Never wanted to hurt people. You know, this sword, I didn't pick it up on my own accord. I was blessed. I was told to pick this up.
Then this was a duty.
A duty, yes. It's naive to think that I can go about with a sword and not do harm. But that's the balance that I'm trying to strike. Doing harm for the sake of good? That can be a difficult line to cross and cross again, step between and muddy up.
I've always believed that there is no harm in doing it so for good. There is simply harm that helps and harm that hurts. But not everyone sees it as I do.
Then what is your final verdict?
That I will talk to my friend about this. You seem like an interesting group of people. I haven't met anyone else from your group, but they seemed... Well, you said they were there, and they helped you attack him.
Yes.
And at this point, he just goes back to the little log that he was sitting at by the fire. And you'll notice that behind his coat, there's actually it looks like the hilt of a rather large... You're thinking a long sword, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense because it's something that big sideways on his, like the back of his waist would be poking out of his, his cloak or something, because those are
Yeah.
almost 3 feet. And you'll notice that he actually starts to draw it and then clip it onto his side. Halfway drawn. Like there's maybe 3 inches of blade that come out of the sheath before he essentially clips it under the side of his belt.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he does that, essentially right next to him, someone else appears.
Oh.
And this figure first takes, it looks like mist suddenly pours out of this unknown sword. There's a slight glow to it. And this person appears next to it.
Oh. This ought to be interesting. Okay.
And as soon as he does, he simply pulls down his hood, and that's when you'll notice that it's actually a mask. The ears are part of the hood. Face, it's just another mask. Almost cloth that he pulls off. It just seems to be
Alrighty. So that's a 21.
Okay. I don't know.
a rushing river. And I don't know if she would, depending on how much time she spent with Merlin, with Marzus, to recognize this as Thieves' Cant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't
they
speak
are
Thieves' Cant.
Definitely talking
You
about
using that gypsy talk?
something that you have no idea
Oh,
why
yeah.
they're even talking about it.
Okay. Yeah, so I have no idea what they're saying. I guess, is there a spot across from the fire for Mercedes to sit?
Yeah, no, there's a few little rocks and stuff to set around if you'd want to.
Okay.
There's a few sticks and evidence that someone was eating maybe some fish or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well then I will sit down directly across from you guys, and I shall wait to see what your friend has to say. Or if this friend addresses her at all.
They talk for a good few minutes, probably, but it won't go past more than about 10.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, it looks like they come to some kind of conclusion.
Okay.
But before they actually he has fog come back and involve or encircle this individual, and that's when you notice that the little kind of disguise he put up originally starts to fade out, and you get a better and clearer version of what they looked like.
Okay.
This is what you see before eventually they evaporate completely and just get sucked back into the sword sheath.
No way! It's Zemzu!
Ooh.
No way!
Sorry, that's a weird way of saying
Oh, the
that.
original Chaos King. He'll single-handedly defeat the Sins. I'm sorry, but he doesn't need nobody.
Oh, wait, unless he was sent by the Sims, then in that case.
Oh.
If there was any sin
No.
that he was sent by, it would be lust.
No,
Guys,
he would
let's-
trade the Sins for a pizza roll, and I'm convinced of that. The
Look,
mood
let's
hit him
be honest.
just right.
This is almost guaranteed he screwed up in his hiding. From somebody, something, and this place is just a good place to lay low.
It's crit. Echo, wouldn't it be?
Oh, I believe I've
okay.
seen your face in a ancient tome somewhere in the church.
That's gross.
Oh god.
Uh,
Regardless, he seems to have his answer, but he's waiting for you to...
All right, and what is the verdict?
You still need to figure out why this happened. Then I think you'll know... Well, you can figure it out. If you still wish to finish what you began, then you can, and you'll know why. If you don't and wish to finish it either way, you can. If you wish to step back and reobserve what happened.
Well, suppose I should be getting back to my own camp. If he's even still there. Probably long gone.
Perhaps, maybe not. Who knows?
Well, hopefully he would have at least left some kind of message. Or some explanation with them. Then I should go back.
You can certainly find out.
Well then, I should be on my way. And I'll leave you to your campfire.
Might be best to move on as well. And he'll essentially just kick a bucket that he had on the side of the campfire just to put it out. And in the mist, he's just going to stealth away.
Well, goodbye, Borodol.
Bye, strange person.
Yeah. And when he kicks the bucket and disappears, she'll just fade off.
Yep. 23 and he disappears because he can.
And then
I miss being a rogue.
turn around and I suppose head back to camp.
Okay. We are probably going to end it here because it is starting to get a little late. But
Okay.
we will pick up next week with Mercedes returning to camp.
All right.
And all the fun stuff that should follow.
We don't need to answer this like now. We can wait until next time. But Onyx went off as well and rolled low, so I wonder what he will interact with.
I really hope he's not lost.
I lost my creation, guys. I'm gonna put a tracker on.
You left your puppy off the leash and told him children to find the person.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I'm sorry Merlin didn't last long.
I mean, he's still technically there with you guys, just not, fully part of the party.
He'll be doing his thing on the side.
So are you going full into this new character, or is this just like until you figure out, or until he gets that figured out, or I'm blanking on my thoughts. I am spacing out.
He'll be stepping to the side, and if and when we can ever figure out this little dynamic, and he's reintroduced. So for now, I'll be popping in with this new guy, and let's see if this goes better. If it doesn't, we may have to forcibly summon Merlin back.
Oh my goodness.
He's the only one who got along, apparently.
I mean, even that we're still figuring that out, but...
No, Mercedes liked him the most.
Yeah, he was pretty
definitely,
cool.
Definitely.
A paladin to a paladin, though. Two different paths in life.
No, but this was fun, guys. Thank you for joining.
Merry Christmas,
thank
guys.
you for hosting.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yep. Hope everyone has an awesome New Year. Drunk.
Yeah.
Awesome parties and fireworks.
Oh yeah.
Here when we talk. Oh god.
Yeah. See you guys around.
Yeah.
Very
good. All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.